Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late January 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the beautiful Piscean people out there. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide spirit team, talk to me about Pisces, gang. What do you got for us in late January as we get closer and closer to Pisces season? What energies, messages, what do we got? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got from Pisces, gang. What's up? What is happening? What's the vibe? Let's see what energies are swirling around us, my friends. Let's get this card out here nice and quick. There it is. Thank you. All right, the helping hands. Notice that person is taking a little snooze, having a little nap there. So I do feel like this is usually a good card. I haven't seen it in a while. That's why I'm grinning here. I haven't seen it for any sign. And usually it's one of my favorites. I do like it. It's a nice, soft, comforting type of energy. And before we fully dive into it, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So we see this lady. It looks like she's sleeping on a cloud, right? Very comfy, cozy. And notice that there's hands all around her. Now, this is all obviously a card that can represent your guide, spirit team, spiritual protection. So for some of you, it might just be something you need to hear, like Pisces. You have a team with you, or you're being looked out for, you are loved, you are cared for. It's a very comforting type of energy, and I do like it. Now, since it does show sleep here for some of us Pisceans, and listen, as part of the collective myself, I know we love to have a little nap a time or two, right? Spirit could be asking you to either rest up a little more, maybe rest a little less, tweak your bedtime. Some of you might just be having some really funky dreams when this card shows up. That's a very common energy to see in Pisces reading. But the other message, since it's called the Helping Hands card, is there might be certain situations you might need a little assistance with, or there could be people coming to you for assistance when this card is in the mix. So that could most definitely happen in the short term when this card is up here. So we're just going to place it down right there. We won't disturb her nap. She could keep on sleeping. I'll let you rest. Let's get into tarot now. And I always say the first card over here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Pisces, gang. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was a little aggressive. I'm going to be honest with you. The reading was titled They Are Mad. So whether you were feeling a little bit grumpy, someone you're connected to feeling a little bit grumpy, it was more aggressive than I'm normally used to feeling for Pisces. So just know the energy could linger for a couple weeks. Nothing wrong with that. You know, energy comes and goes. It goes in a wave. So we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Pisces, please. What do you got for us in late January? It is Aquarius season. What is the energy for us, please? Thank you. Okay, Queen of Wands. So yeah, fiery. Fiery, but not bad. Fiery, but not bad. Get her tucked in right here by the amethyst. Big fire sign energy showing up with her. Let's get a couple more. Let's see what else we have this week for Pisces, please. Thank you. The fire-air combo. So yeah, that little bit of aggression. This is a very mysterious energy here in the center. Okay. I don't want to make a judgment call on it just yet, but it's definitely intriguing to me. Let's get one more card here for Pisces. Thank you. Okay. So all fire in there, and that's okay. We definitely have to dig deep in this because I feel like there's a lot of energy underlying here, Pisces. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into the juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, I'm sure you heard me commenting as I was going along and the cards were coming out. I always look at the elements first because I feel like it gives us clues with how the energy around us is moving. The aggression is here, but it's taken on a different shade, I believe, at least initially, because we're starting here with 2 cards of fire, right? We got 7 of Wands, Queen of Wands. Now, fire could be very good. That's the realm of action or inner combustion engines or energy levels as well. So hopefully you're feeling good energetically and not too low. The challenge with all fire cards, though, is they could be very unpredictable. They could be very explosive, especially when you add air into the mix. So it's like we have the realm of action, we have the realm of doing things and making stuff happen, but we also have a strong mindset type of vibe, also the mystery. So it's going to be really intriguing to see how all of this energy plays off each other, because it's important to note that this could be separate stuff, but it could all be the same thing too. So let's start here in the beginning and build this out piece by piece. Position number one, we're starting with the Queen of Wands. One of my favorite court cards, to be honest with you. Now, big fire sign energy. I mean, you might have some fire sign placements. I know I do. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you might be connected to one when this card shows up. And queens represent the internal aspects of the suit. So just like I said with fire, this is an energy of taking action, making things happen. It's your internal energy levels. So when we see her, it's like, all right, how are you feeling on the inside? In the positive sense, this is motivated. It's fired up. In the negative sense, again, very unpredictable, hot, cold, a little down, way too hot. So again, there could be some like unexpected or surprising things popping off. Now, a big thing with the Queen of Wands is she represents confidence, how we feel about ourselves. Are you feeling good? When I see her in position number one, it's like, all right, if you've been feeling a little low, you might feel like you're walking on air when she's here. So this can be very good for beauty, self-confidence, and appearances as well. So we're just going to have to circle back on her and see what's happening, unless you're connected to a fire sign. And remember, it's not gender specific. So we're going to get her tucked in right there. Now, moving to the center, we do have the Two of Swords. And you see that person there, they got the swords crossed, they got the blindfold and the hoodwink on. Classically, this is a card that can represent indecision, confusion. So for some of you, maybe there's a choice or something you're dealing with where it's like, I don't know quite how to handle this. Not really sure what to do about this. Sometimes it could be like being left in the dark. There might be certain details you don't know. That's like the strict classical type of vibe that this card bleeds off. But to me, it's one of the biggest cards of mystery because we have all the symbols there. The person is blindfolded, it's at nighttime, there's the moon, which is a vibe, believe it or not, that us intuitive Pisceans, we could play well with. Now, this card can represent the unexpected. It could represent the surprising. It could represent just the unknown or secrecy. So we definitely want to look at this further. Let's just put it down, because all the things I just mentioned could go positive or negative, right? There's no need to make like a whole list about what the negatives of all that stuff can be, especially since we're mixing the fire-air combination. And I will tell you this, you're not the only sign this week that's been having that. I feel like for the whole zodiac, the past 2 weeks, we've been having a lot of this volatile, explosive energy. Now, moving to the back end, we have a card that is 50-50 at best. That's why I'm saying we're going to have to dig deeper on this one, Pisces. We have the Seven of Wands. Now, I'll give you the positives of this card. We see the individual. He's standing up there. It looks like he's battling off all these different things. So in the positive, this is a card of determination, willpower, fight. I will not give up. I will keep pushing through. Nothing is going to stop me. Me against the world. I got this locked, especially with the Queen of Wands right here. So again, there could be certain situations where you start feeling revitalized and ready to tackle the world when this card is here. But the challenge, confrontational. It could represent conflict. It could represent problems and situations that spirit is throwing in front of you, where it's like one thing after another after another. It's like, all right, I got done with this, now I'm dealing with this. So we'll want to most definitely look and see what this is. And sometimes it could be feeling cornered or feeling trapped. So some Pisces out there, you might have a little touch of the cabin fever when this card is here. You might need to shake up your day-to-day life a little bit. But yeah, I mean, we got an interesting one on our hands, my friend. So we're going to tuck him in right there. Yeah, I want to dive deeper on all of it, so let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Pisces gang. What is going on, my guides? What is happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that queen. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Queen of Wands time. What is she doing here? Pisces can. Thank you. Eight of Pentacles, cool. All right, so there is something that you might want to revisit or take another crack at. If that's not the case, like this is someone that most definitely believes in himself, so I feel like that's really nice. The Eight of Pentacles to me can also represent mending things and fixing things. So for some Pisces, you might feel like there's a situation where it's like not too far gone, where it's like I can make this work or I could fix this. So just know, like, even if that's not happening right now, throughout the week, something could pop up where it's like, okay, that kind of sucks, but I could work with it, or I could fix it, or I could make it better. Like, I feel an optimization happening, which can be good. Now we do have the Eight of Pentacles here, clarifying this Queen Wands. This is a card that does link to career, work, effort, the energy we put forth. So when I see her, the card of confidence with the Eight of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, let me at it, let me do it. So for a lot of us, our energy levels could be extra high in this time, where it's like, I'm ready to tackle something, I'm ready to hit it hard. So if there is a problem or something that pops up down the line, this energy in the front is like, okay, well, there's a problem, I'm going to attack it. It's more like Aries energy than it is Pisces, believe it or not. But listen, there's a reason Pisces is symbolized by two fish. One is a little more passive, one is a little more aggressive. I'm predicting that a lot of Pisceans, especially the recent couple weeks, the energy is a little more get up and go, a little more aggressive here. Okay, but great energy here for like fixing things, mending things, and working towards something. So let's keep moving. I'm predicting a lot of Pisces energy levels are going to be high. So now's the time to tackle things. Okay, so let's go in on that Two of Swords. Let's see why the Two of Swords is here for Pisces, please. And that energy does ground it down a little bit. Wow, beautiful. Pisces, you might have something really fantastic coming. And to me, it could be like one after another. We have the Ten of Cups in the upright underneath this Two of Swords. I do not feel, if I were to read this classically, it could be like someone's like, oh, well, I don't know what my best option is, or I don't know how I can be happy. To me, with the mystery and the Ten of Cups, one of the best cards in the whole entire deck, this is like a very straightforward, unexpected, or surprising win or victory. And it feels fantastic. The Ten of Cups, even on an intuitive sense, look at it. We have the rainbow, we have the 10 full cups, we have the happy family. It's like, holy crap, did that just happen? So I feel for a lot of us, obviously not every single one of us are going to have like a life-changing win come up, but I feel like for some of us, it's actually possible that it's like, oh, did that really just happen? Did that really just happen? And it feels really good to me. So again, like, it could even be shocking. That's like how unexpected it feels to me. So this could be like a shocking win or victory even. And I think it's good. I'm not really seeing a downside here. And you know, I'm a cautious type of reader. You know, I try my best to stay even keeled and not to get too over the top, even though I'm optimistic. But with what I'm feeling here in the center, especially coming off of this, where it's like, yeah, energy, confidence, good, and it leads to something. This powerful energy here in the front leads to something, and it's like very much out of the blue. So again, whether you're doing things in regards to work, whether it's personal relationships, whether it's romance, you name it, like the energy here just feels lovely to me. It feels like chef's kiss. It's great, claimable. Let's keep moving. So aggression, but in a good way, if that makes sense. We have aggression, but in a good way. So let's go in on that Seven of Wands. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. So why is the Seven of Wands here for Pisces getting, please? Super quick. Yep. All right. So if there is something that you are not happy with, change it. You know, us Pisces, we are a mutable sign. That means we're very good at going with the flow. We're very good at adapting and changing if need be to the situation. And when I see the Seven of Wands, remember that fight, fight, fight. And the King of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, okay, usually that energy is planted, grounded, and stubborn. So when I see it in reverse, it's like, okay, if I don't like it, I can change it. If I don't like this, I could switch it up. You don't have to feel stuck. You're not beholden to something. I don't know why I'm using a word like that, but it's like, no, you're not beholden to this. You're not beholden to this process. If it's something that you really disagree with or something you don't like, take your energy away from it. You can change it. Now, there's a lot of energetic support here, Pisces, for you to really shift lots of situations in this time. Again, whether it is work, whether it's personal, you name it. When the King of Pentacles is in reverse, sometimes it could represent someone that's a little unpredictable, a little wild. But to me, it's more of an uprooting. So underneath the Seven of Wands, I will tell you this, there is so much energetic support for you to switch things up, like things that you don't like, things that aren't sitting right with you. It's like, all right, well, if you don't like it, change it, because you can. There's the energetic support. Remember, we have the helping hands. Now we have all this support, this fire here in the front. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here, Pisces. I really am. Like from front to back, I think that this is a very claimable reading. I guess it depends on what your situation is, though. Now, I will say this, if you are connected to an earth sign, the only time I could see this being a possible issue, if you're connected to a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or someone with those major placements, might not be seeing eye to eye, which is usually odd because Pisces gets along well with earth signs. So when I see this, it's like, I might be bumping heads a little bit, but that could be a cause of the heightened aggression that I'm picking up from Pisces, which isn't always a bad thing, right? So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, I like the reading this week. Position number one, we're starting here with the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles in the upright. I told you, to me, it's like a lot of get up and go, a lot of oomph, a lot of energy towards working towards something and making it happen and not quitting. Really good stuff. You can really fix things and optimize things and like get it done while you have the energy to do it, if that makes sense. Moving to the center, we have the Two of Swords with the Ten of Cups. Like I said, unexpected, surprising win or victory, maybe even a shocking one. It feels like it just comes out of nowhere, like, wow, did that really just happen? So there's a lot of really good energetic potential here. On the back end, we have the Seven of Wands with the King of Pentacles in reverse. If there's something that you're not liking, you're not feeling, you're not vibing with it, you can change it. There's a lot of energetic support for you from the front of the reading to the back to get something done. So just know, like, if it's something that's not vibing with you or it's something you don't like, you have a lot of energy to switch it up and adapt to it well, which feels really nice. Watch out for earth signs this week, though. You might be bumping heads there. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. So let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got in the shadows for Pisces? You guys, talk to me. All right, and yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get this shadow card out. What's going on in the shadows for Pisces, King, please? There we go, nice and quick. Okay, Four of Pentacles, yeah, and this is an energy that doesn't let go of things easily when this card, especially in the shadows. Now, I will say this, when it comes to finances, money, business, this is a fantastic energy. If you're saving up for a big purchase or you're stashing money and making investments, this is a really good shadow card, and it could be a little bit of an advice from Spirit saying, look, listen, Pisces, maybe you want to squirrel a little something away when this card is in the mix. But when it comes to emotional things, that's where the shadow side of this card really shows up. It could be someone that hasn't quite let go of something. It could be someone that's jealous or possessive. It could even be grudging. So I'm not going to tell you what you should and shouldn't do, what you should and shouldn't feel. But when I see this in the shadows, it's like, all right, well, there's something that maybe you haven't quite let go of it just yet, or there's an energy that's still lingering for one reason or another. So you would know best how to handle that or work with that energy here. But I will say this, especially with the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles, now this in the shadows, really, really great energy around money, finances, career-based things. So I think that could be good depending on your situation. So yeah, please take a screenshot of that too if you'd like, Pisces. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details. The January subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading from me and get a little forecast for what 2025 has in store for you, you can check out my website and digital calendar at mastermetaphysics.com to look for availability. But for the January subscriber surprise, we are once again giving away 3 copies of the beautiful Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks. And if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what is your main goal for the 2025 calendar year? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab as usual, my friends. Much love, and I'll see you soon.